You gotta stop giving a fuck. You gotta stop caring about what others think, about how you think of it yourself, and just stop carrying this self image. You see, when I was younger, I always, because of how I was, being an introvert, always being socially anxious, always thinking of what other people were thinking of me and how I even perceived myself. It always made me feel this lower value. It always made me feel not good enough and just thinking to myself that I'm not even worthy of love. I'm not worthy of being seen. I'm not worthy of being good enough. And I had that strong self image of myself, whether it was subconscious or not, it was there. And it's because I really cared. I gave a fuck about what people thought. And it was really just tanking my mental state. Now, obviously, this doesn't apply to everything. There are a time and place where you do have to care. There is a time and place where you do have to give a fuck. Like just going to a job interview where you want to be presentable or showing up for someone who you care about. But in terms of not caring about but in terms of how you think about yourself or how others perceive you. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, there are definitely times where, yes, that mindset might creep up or try to make me feel bad about myself when I start to think about how others are thinking about me or caring about me. Because you might hear people in your life say, I don't really care. I don't care how they think, when they might actually care just a little bit. And deep down, it's because they are caring because they want to have that approval from others. They want to feel that acceptance from others and not be casted out by what you would call the tribe or just other people. But here's the thing, is you caring, is you are giving meaning or power to that specific thing, to that specific person, because you are giving that thing value in a sense. I remember reading a book a couple years ago called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. And in this book, it was obviously describing how to not give a fuck about things in life, to live a more peaceful life, but also how we give meaning and value to things. And some of the examples he's used throughout the book was in World War II, how these Japanese soldiers saw these flyers dropped from the opposite side saying the war was over, and they didn't believe that it was true. So they kept pushing forward and keeping true to value to their loyalty to Japan or its empire. And once they figured out in the end that the war was actually over, their meaning, their value diminished, it died. Because they were giving so much power to this meaning, giving so much value in what they believed it was true. And the same thing applies to us, is how we are caring too much because we're giving so much value to something, so much power. And that can go for people that you are wanting to have that approval from or you're caring about because you don't want to feel not accepted, not approved of. And how you can fix it is to really identify these belief systems within yourself and why you think it's true. Why do you think that you need this approval? Why do you have to care when it might not even be important in the first place? I remember even several years ago, I used to work at Chipotle and I was so scared, bro, to even work in the front where you are serving people food because I was literally just caring how they might think about me, how they might perceive me, being seen, just being up there and what they might think about me. And it really, really made me just scared to even step out my comfort zone, really just trying to embody me or even just at least being up front and just giving people food. That literally scared me because I was giving so much value or power to the people who I was serving the food to. And once I learned that it's the belief system within myself of scared of being seen, scared of what others might think of me because I don't want to feel rejected or rejection, maybe even scared of being hurt. Once I did more of the internal work, reflecting and just allowing yourself to let go, which is really just feeling the emotion, feeling why am feeling that from what I've grown up to believe was true, which is not. And I was really just releasing these beliefs about me and really just dropping this baggage I was carrying and really just stop giving a fuck about how others will perceive me. Now, like I said, there are days where it likes to creep in, where my insecurities wants to make me feel like I'm less than. My ego tries to beat me down. But if you can master this ability to really reflect within yourself and just feel the emotions, because feeling is healing, you will literally be able to just let that tension go with yourself and just be able to be more free with yourself and really stop giving much less of a fuck, and also have the ability to pursue things you want to do in life without feeling like this, going out in public, being judged, and being scared to be you, be authentic, taking off the mask that you are wearing in public. Because a lot of people in this world have a mask on. They're not being real, they're being fake, they're scamming you because they all have the sense of maybe wanting to have approval of others. And that's something I literally struggled with so much. And I wasn't being me. I gave too much of a damn about what other people were thinking about me. And if you are struggling with these thoughts about yourself and how you perceive yourself, then down below I have a free cognitive reframing document that you can use anytime you want. And the more you practice this every single day, then you will start to see the change in your thoughts and your beliefs, because you're really just rewiring those thoughts, those beliefs you have about yourself. So if you've gained any value from this video, please like and share with someone else you might think needs this. And please let me know in the comments what you have been dealing with or struggling with in your life. Till next time, peace, my friends.